What is going on, you guys? Steve with the video for you today. So today we're going to do a player spotlight video on Hall of Fame great Tom Glavine. But before we get into some Tom Glavine, I want to give a quick shout out to the channel The Hobbyist. The Hobbyist, he's an awesome guy. See him supporting all sorts of other channels in the YouTube community. And on his channel, you're going to see him do quite a bit of pack openings, and he does share a little bit of his PC. And he loves Mike Schmidt. That's one of his favorite players. But yeah, he is an Atlanta Braves fan as well. So, Tom Glavine, I think, matched that pretty well. So I'm going to give him a shout out here. And please check him out. A link to his channel will be in my description. Awesome guy. Awesome part of this community. So this is the 1988 Flair of Tom Glavine, the 88 Tops, and the 88 Donruss. So let's get into some Tom Glavine information and stats and all that. There you can see we got a double of his Donruss and of his Flair. So Tom Glavine was nicknamed the Great Glavine, and he was born in Concord, Massachusetts on March 25th, 1966. So he's 56 years old here in 2022. So, he was raised and he lived in Massachusetts, where he was a two-sport high school standout in ice hockey and baseball. So, we know him as a baseball player, but I guess he was a pretty good hockey player too. And in baseball, he was a pitcher, obviously, as I'm showing these cards. But I don't know how many people watch these videos and don't know too much about. I think most of you guys know who Tom Glavine is. But after high school, he was drafted in the 1984 NHL draft in the 4th round by the Los Angeles Kings. And kind of a fun fact with that, he was actually drafted 5 rounds ahead of Hall of Fame hockey players Luc Robitaille and Brett Hull. So that's something definitely different there. But also in 1984, Glavine was drafted in the Major League Baseball draft in the 2nd round by the Atlanta Braves. So he ended up opting to play Major League Baseball and passed on hockey, which kind of became probably a good thing for him because he's made one heck of a Major League Baseball career. So on August 17th, 1987, Glavine made his Major League debut against the Houston Astros, where he gave up 4 runs and took the loss. And he kind of struggled throughout the late 80s and the early 90s, but his career really started taking off in the 90s, really into the early 2000s. That's when he was most dominant. So during his 22 career, he was placed on the injured list 1 time, which is, and I know I'm kind of hard on today's modern day players, but this is why you won't ever see pitchers get to 300 wins again, in my opinion. But he's, as a pitcher, he was known for his control and finesse, not really his power and all that. And he was also known as being a really good hitter during his time in the National League, because they have the pitchers with bat. So in 9 of his seasons, he actually batted over 200. And in 1996, he batted 289, which is like unheard of for pitchers to bat 289. So some of his career stats, he had 305 career wins, which, he's one of the last ones, I think, to get 300 career wins. I think Randy Johnson might have been the last one, which was maybe a year or 2 after Glavine did it. And he had a 3.54 ERA, 2,607 strikeouts, and he had a career WAR of 80.7. This is a cool one here in this upper deck. So his career achievements, he was a 10-time All-Star, a 2-time Cy Young Award winner in 1991 and in 1998. He was a 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner. So, took that in the pitching category. And he led the National League 5 times in wins throughout his career. And he won one World Series in 1995, and he was the MVP in that World Series. So I don't know. He's in the Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame, obviously, and his number 47 is retired by the Braves. And he's inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014 with 91% votes. I love these studios. I know I've mentioned that in the past. So some of my final thoughts on him. I don't think we'll ever see it. He's one of the last ones to hit the, get a 300. Oh, there's a rookie card. I must have just then in the binder didn't even connect the dots. I think he's one of the last pitchers we'll ever see get 300 wins. We were talking about this last night in the community chat. I think Verlander, to me, in my opinion, Verlander has a really, really outside shot at doing it, but he's going to have to pitch into his 43, 44 years old and be pretty flawless to get there, in my opinion. Same with Kershaw. Kershaw's just constantly hurt all the time, but great pitcher. I like Glavine. I don't think they make pitchers like this guy anymore. Obviously they don't. He's, one of the old school guys. But he's part of that fearsome pitching team out there in the early mid-90s with Atlanta, with Glavine, Avery, Maddox, Smoltz. It's what kind of rotation is that? That's insane. So I think I'm going to end it here, and please go check out The Hobbyist. Show a few more cards. Appreciate your guys' support, and he had a couple years with the Mets. I'm going to fast forward through, show a couple Mets cards. There's like a 55 Bowman look. That's pretty cool. So appreciate it, guys, and thanks again. Take care.